All right. I go on one trip and then all my settings are messed up. Testing. Making sure that we have sound. Do we have sound? Testing. See how OBS is looking. All right, testing. Now we're good. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Welcome aboard to the after market recap. That's paused now. All right, testing. Volume check. Volume check, if anyone is out there. It says that the sound is good, guys, so I know I've been having issues with that. We should be good. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome aboard to the aftermarket recap. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thank you so much for taking time today to join me. Before we begin, bottom right-hand corner of your screen, little white logo. Click on that, turn on notifications, subscribe to our channel. Really do appreciate it as always. Let's go and get to it. The Dow fell 280 points today. The Nasdaq fell 2.26%. Basically wiping out all of Monday's gains. So we're basically slightly red for the week on the Nasdaq, slightly red on the S&P for the week as well. The VIX gained 13.25%. We're going to take a look at the VIX now. Let me go ahead and actually expand this cell so you guys can see that. I hope this internet is working. I am on. Okay, so let's go ahead and zoom out here. And we can see the VIX. The VIX right now on the daily did break above the 200-day moving average. Remember, this is not tradable. This is a index. But really I'm looking at here is this 22 level. 22 level is going to be very key for the VIX. If we break 22, we'll probably break below 4,500 on the S&P futures. So something to really consider, that 22 is in line with that 4,500 support on the S&P. I am long on the S&P. We did catch Facebook today. I also have a Microsoft call open and IWM call open and AMD. IWM and AMD are red. But for the most part, nice gain today on Facebook that we caught. We also caught SPY. So I did a SPY trade today earlier and I didn't send it because we weren't all on the same page on why we should send it. And I got it for a quick 36. It was a quick scalp bounce. Here what I did going long on S&P futures, if we go to SPY, because I know everyone always asks me about SPY, was really holding on to that 100-day moving average. We did close below it. You can see we are below it. So really the next target is around 447.78. I want to see if we get back to around 453.45 tomorrow. If we can get at least above the 100-day tomorrow in the morning's open for SPY, then this is still a good trade. If it doesn't and we still kind of hover around 450, we may have to reassess where we're going to go. Tomorrow is Fed meeting minutes. There is no Fed meeting in April. It will be in May. So any talk of interest rates, Brainerd was talking about being more aggressive against inflation. That's where the market started taking a little bit of a hit. We had some ISM services and I think it was the services ISM survey. It did not beat expectations, but it was still on an expansion. Taking a look here on small caps took a hit today. Nice bounce in the morning, and then it just fell down. And you can see 210.01 is really my target. Right now we're right below the 20-day on IWM. On the daily, we may hit 201.56, which is that 50-day, really depending on the VIX. Looking on the dollar index, that's really the big one. Let me see if I can get my dollar sign here. There you go. This is a new keyboard. It's making a lot of clacky sounds. I kind of dig it. You can see on the daily, it's a breakout on the dollar. On the weekly, we're starting to get to really close to resistance, right around $100.03. That's the index. If we get there, then we got a shot to 102, which would be the highest level since COVID. So the dollar is definitely gaining some value comparative to other currencies. Taking a look at TNX, this is 10-year yields. I was looking at this. I tweeted it today about the yield curve inversion, the 10-year, the 5-year, the 2-year. Again, it's still inverted. Bonds were actually sold off today. TNX meaning yields 2.556% on a 10-year. Right now, you can see at the weekly chart, 26.14 is the resistance. If we go back and stretch it out a little further, you can see that's a very, very big level. And that was actually a double top back in 2016. So let's see if we can hold that. The highest we got to in recent 4 or 5 years was really 3.2% on the 10-year. That could maybe cap us off. It seems around 2.8 seems to be a cap. I don't think we get to 3 on a 10-year, not anytime soon. If we do, I'd be very surprised because then we'll get to 3.2. But right now, I think we kind of hold here. I think bonds do bid down the line. So 26.14 is your current level on 26.14 or 2.614% on a US 10 years, our target if we're looking for that. Taking a look at gold as well. Gold again got hammered today with the dollar being up. So commodities were hit, bonds were hit, Nasdaq was hit. Everything pretty much gained except the dollar. Everyone pretty much lost except the dollar. Crude oil now testing that $100 handle. It just bounced, but 98.71 is your support. If you're looking to buy some oil companies or some refiners, this is probably the level that you want to do it at, which is right around 98.71. But that's where we are currently. Gas futures down 1.74%, crude oil down 1.84%. You could see Bitcoin was down slightly today, and so was Ethereum, right below 3,500. So now let's answer some questions. Thoughts on Microsoft 320 calls, 310 is my risk. I do own the 320s. Need a break of 315.24. We were pretty close over pre-market at 4 in the morning, and then it just faded. Not right now, we're just at the 50. So pretty much just holding in here, holding pattern. Taking a look at S&P futures, really what's next to come. 4,500 is your big level. 4,500 would give you 22 VIX. If that breaks, then you're going to get a higher VIX, maybe to 24.25, and your target is 445.54. Break 4,500, now you're talking about short-term puts. But really just had not much going on. We just basically wiped out yesterday's gain with a little less down. So not exactly a bear market to say, but again, there's some levels there you still have to be cognizant for. I like 4,500. 44.82 isn't a bad level either for support. That's your 200-day. But do we get to 4,400? I don't think so. I think at worst we'll get to maybe is 44.54, possibly 44.40. But yeah, that's basically it. Any adds to the portfolio? Yes, I actually added some Home Depot yesterday on my portfolio. So I'm definitely, I love Home Depot. It's a good staple and obviously pays a solid dividend, and they're very, very friendly to shareholders. So that's always a good thing. I like those companies. Unlike Starbucks, which I do own, Starbucks actually stopped doing share repurchasing. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. It's I don't live off the dividend, but not exactly the best one right now. Not the best hold right now. I like Starbucks. I buy Starbucks pretty much every day. But I own some shares, but no more stock buyback for them for the time being. Thoughts on Fed minutes tomorrow? Same old deal. Inflation is something that they're focused on. Maybe 50 basis point hike in May. Again, a lot of the same old rhetoric. We know what they're going to do. We know they're going to raise rates. How is this anything different? We're probably going to get a balance sheet runoff. We're going to start they're going to start selling assets on the balance sheet, reducing that balance sheet. Maybe that's something the market's kind of worried of. But yeah, man, Fed's going to get aggressive until inflation dies down. That's basically until supply chains get back online and actually gets the demand going. Then we'll see where we go from there. But at the end of the day, it's kind of the same song, same dance every day on the Fed. We know what they're going to say. We know what they're going to do. So right now, it's really just positioning ahead of that. It seems that maybe there's some bearish positioning ahead of the Fed minutes. That seems fair. Tomorrow, I bet we go green. Probably Thursday we go red, and then Friday we go green because we're gonna have a ping pong effect for a little bit. You can see we're kind of stuck on the S&P futures. Since last Thursday, kind of stuck in a range between 45.85 and 45.07. That's not really a huge range. Granted, what we've had the last couple of weeks or a couple of 10 days since sessions, you can see a consistent move to the upside. Remember Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays ago, we had a drop, and then we popped up very nicely for a nice gain from 44.43 to around 46.31, almost 200 handles. Not a straight shot, but again, a nice still going up. Do I think that the thing has already discounted? Do you think has already discounted? Well, you mean the market? Have they already priced it in? I think so. I think, to me, the big level was 4,600. When we broke that, that basically kind of told me that we're not going to have that right shoulder. I think that was the level I was looking for. Listen, 46.42 would be beautiful because that's right above the 23.6 retracement. You're basically almost home. But again, 4,600 to me was a big level. Again, I welcome these kind of falls. It wasn't big enough for me to buy anything, but it is getting interesting maybe to start buying some stuff down the line. Let's see what we get. All right, guys, have a great rest of your afternoon. I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the morning note. My apologies for not doing the morning note. I was out driving, picking up Nick from the airport. He just flew in from New York, and I had to pick him up at 12:30 in the middle of the night, so fell asleep, basically. Apologies for the question. No apologies necessary. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and leave it there. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow. Cheers.